Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and what we're looking at is a Nelco. And what number is this thing? It's got a number on it. Oh, gee. It has a serial number, but it doesn't have a model number. It's made by Sanshin in Japan, and it was designed, engineered by Leon Jolson. Leon had the Neki distributorship and the Elna distributorship, so he put them together and made Nelco. Neki Elna Company, registered trademark back in the day. Of course, you know this label comes off, 2 screws. I've told you about that before. The 2 screws come out. You put any label on there you want. Dressmaker, Dressmaster, Dial and Sew. This is called the Golden Stitch Series. It's got the gold highlights on it. But what makes this one so awesome is it has a cast iron frame, weighs a ton, and I mean that figuratively, not literally, because it doesn't weigh 2,000 pounds. It only weighs about 45. But when you go to lift it, you go, this weighs a ton. So it has the adjustable pressure on top. It has the different features: straight stitch, hem stitch, 3-step zigzag. This is called the thumb buster zigzag to do your designs, because we put them in the paper in the ad. It'd say it does decorative stitches. So what you do is you put your stitch real low down here towards 0, and of course you'd run it and you'd make decorative stitches. So that's what that was all about. But the gist of it was very, very good machine. Very heavy duty in that your zigzag gear is steel. Everything's steel, chrome plated cast. It's very heavy duty because there's no plastic in it. There's a plastic tension assembly, but there's no stress there. Plastic knobs, and you can see one of them is popped off, just a little cover there, but that's what plastic does. But what makes it cool is that all of the metal is there. This one came in with some issues, no big deal. It had a little pin missing out of the hinge in the back. The presser foot was not working. Foot control, not the presser foot. The foot control is not working. You could step on it, wouldn't go because it had a blank spot right there. And this gets worked back and forth, back and forth. It breaks one of the wires in there. So what you have to do is you have to take it apart, take these 2 loose, pull it out, cut that section out, move it back in, strip the wires off, redo them, and that makes it work. So it's a pretty straightforward machine as far as easy to operate, easy to fix, hard to carry about. Has a standard side knob to disengage. I'm not trying to do it with one hand. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. I got it nice and tight. You disengage that. That's how you wind the bobbin. Push that down. Put your 15 class bobbin on there. Step on the gas, and away you go. When it fills up, kicks off automatically. You re-engage your clutch, and you're back to sewing. So, all together, all around, all things considered, this is what I'm talking about when I say a machine's heavy duty. I'm always talking about the heavy duty machines that are pseudo heavy duty. They're plastic, and they really don't have much to account for them as far as the heavy duty goes. This one's truly heavy duty. It's built like a industrial side load. The needle, everything feeds this way, so nothing deflects into the hook. You can sew some pretty stout stuff here. You're limited with your thread, but you can go a little bit oversized with thread with this one, get away with it. And it's got a self-adjusting tension, got the check spring. Just everything about it is good. So if you go to let's say a Goodwill, Salvation Army thrift store, estate sale, maybe you have one in your closet, and you're thinking, man, what's going on with this thing? This is an awesome machine. It's made in Japan. If it's made in Japan, you know it's quality stuff. So I would recommend this machine for anybody who wants to do some real serious sewing and never having to worry about it failing to the point where you have to throw it away. Like I've already served a couple of machines today that the customer had machines that they had to get replacements for because they were electronic. The electronics failed, and the estimate to get them fixed was just prohibitive. So they were looking for just a basic machine to get their projects done so they can get them in the mail for Christmas. And they end up going down to Walmart and whatever and getting one of those little brothers, one of those little singers, and that's what they're best for, just to get you over the hump. This one will sew for generations, and it's a good 15 class system. I would recommend it very highly. It may say Nelco, may say something else, but it's a side load 15 class. And if you can get a chance to grab one of these, get it in this carrying case, and you'll really have something. You might get one of the Goodwill for $50. Just don't let it out of your sight, because once everybody finds out how cool these are, you won't get it back for $50. So, Nelco, made by Sanshin, by Leon Jolson. This was sold in the 70s. I may have sold it to this lady here in Fort Worth, Texas. There's a good probability of that happening because I sold the daylights out of these awesome machines. I was always proud to sell one.